So through this particular stretch of desperation for the Milwaukee Bucks, Doc Rivers has actually decided to mess with the lineups finally and give different players different opportunities. And there has been one player in particular who was just tearing up the G League and now has had incredible impact in back-to-back games. The eye test backs it up as well as advanced statistics, and we're going to look at both of those examples today. He has given the Bucks much energy and effort offensively and defensively, showing the ability to potentially be a real Swiss Army knife for the team and being able to do all the little things for the Bucks, and his name is Mr. Pete Nance. Welcome to Basketball Intuition. I'm your host, Ethan Simon. Today, we are going to be talking about Pete Nance for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's not looking great in Milwaukee right now, but we are going to look at some film and talk about his impact. So we're going to start with the place where the impact has been seen the most, in my opinion, and that's the defensive impact. One thing I want to start with is just the switchability that he's been able to show off for a guy that's like 6'10" with a 7-foot wingspan. Pete Nance has been able to hold his own against a few different player archetypes. We're going to look at a few in a minute, but having good possessions against guys like Dyson Daniels, Chet Holmgren, Onyeka Okongwu, Cason Wallace. And yes, it's a very small sample size, but Pete Nance has been moving his feet defensively. He does have really good lateral quickness for a big at that size. And the biggest way is just how he's playing with the engagement and care. He's playing like he's trying to get a contract, which he is in fact trying to probably do, because as of right now, he is still on a two-way contract. And with the way that he's playing right now and the way he was just tearing up the G League, he probably deserves more than that. And other than the on-ball defense, I do want to highlight the help side defense. We have seen plays of him clogging up the lanes, getting in driving lanes and forcing passes. The Bucks perimeter defense is not very good, so there has been plays where he has had to help over a lot more than he should, which puts him in bad situations and him having to try and recover to the three-point line, which makes it look like it was his fault. But some of them, I would say, are of him just waiting too long to get back to his man on the three-point line, but a lot of them are not, because he is trying to help for his teammates on the perimeter because they desperately need it sometimes. So we're going to look at some tough defensive plays real quick. Some are his fault, some are not. And then we're going to look at some good ones, and then we're going to go over to the offensive side from here. So on this first one, Pete Nance is guarding Dyson Daniels. And Dyson Daniels was his assignment for a good majority of the game whenever they were both in the game together. And as you can see, there's one check from Pete Nance, there's two checks from Pete Nance, and now he's getting engaged in on the strong side. So he's going to come down and try and help over when really he doesn't need to. And Dyson Daniels takes a cut behind him and he has no idea of what's going on. Dyson Daniels gets a free two out of it. Now this next one was, like I was talking about earlier, him having to overhelp a little bit sometimes and it giving the other team three-point shooting options. But as you can see, AJ Green is going to get switched on to Chet Holmgren right here. And Pete is going to be the help. If Pete does not help over, Chet is just going to probably go to the inside and shoot this floater. But he sees Pete come over, he puts a hand up, and he gets it over to Lou Dort. And now Pete has to recover, and he does a good job of getting over there quickly, but it is going to be a three for the OKC Thunder there. Now this next one, he gets scored on, but really it's just a good overall defensive possession on Chet Holmgren. It was tough. He didn't make it easy for him, and there's not really a whole lot he can do about that. Chet is just longer than he is. This next one is just showing off the switchability like I was talking about earlier, staying strong on a step back for AJ Mitchell. Gets the ball back, and he's just going to slide down all the way down the court with him and force AJ Mitchell into losing the ball. Now, the Thunder do keep the ball, but it's a great defensive possession. And then here's another one of him just playing good defense. Dyson Daniels trying to drive baseline, and Pete Nance just stays with him, slides with him, and is able to get up quickly for a good contest. Pete Nance has great lateral quickness and vertical quickness. Now, this is very small and minuscule, and some of y'all might think I'm reaching here, but I'm telling you, this is important. Bucks bringing the ball up the court early in the shot clock. Defense is just getting set. Pete Nance is going to set this screen on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. KPJ is going to come off of it. Now you see a trailing Bobby Portis. Okay, so we're going to let the play develop and we're going to come back to it in a second. Okay, Bobby gets a great three. Now why did Bobby get a great three? Pete Nance sets the screen and dives hard to the basket. Now, the two people we're going to be looking at here is Mo Gay and Onyeka Okongwu. Onyeka or Mo Gay need to help over. There isn't communication right now of who it's going to be. So Mo Gay is coming over, but Onyeka Okongwu also takes this extra step, which gives KPJ enough time to get Bobby the ball, and Onyeka does not have enough time to recover, and that's because Pete Nance dove to the inside, drew two defenders, and gave Bobby enough space to get the three off. That's good basketball right there, bud. That's what hard cutting to the basket can do for you. Here's another good play, just wrapping around the defense, getting down to the short corner area, going block to block. He gets the ball from KPJ, and he's got Bobby with him. So he just quick shovel pass to Bobby and seals off his defender pretty much, and just Bobby gets an easy 2 out of it. I know it's small, but this kind of stuff matters. Here's another small one, but this is also a good play. They set a double screen on Isaiah Joe right here. Cole Anthony opts in to go to the right side. And he just stays for a second, to be a pop option, to be a 3-point shooting option. But whenever he sees Cole Anthony start to get into this step back, and it's pretty clear that he's probably about to shoot the ball, he dives down to the basket, good positioning and timing on Isaiah Joe, and gets the offensive rebound for 2 points. By the way, if you're still here and enjoying the video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button. That's just good basketball, guys. Let's talk about more offensively. So also, some good cuts off the ball like we just saw. He had one that led to a good layup, but he just blew it. But good off-ball screens that he sets. A cool thing about him as well is just the fact that he can put the ball on the floor. Now, obviously, he's not bringing the ball up the floor, but he can put the ball on the floor, attack a closeout and kick out, or attack a closeout and get to a shot. Now, that's not something we've seen him do a whole lot in the league in these short amount of games that we've seen him play, but his G League stats is insane. In the last, it was a week or two ago now, it might have been a week and a half ago, he dropped 40 in the G League and then had a 36 ball or something like that also. And it's because he's got great touch around the rim. He's got post game. He can put the ball on the floor. He can shoot the 3 ball. His form isn't the most delighting to the eyes, but it's very consistent. It looks about the same every time. And it goes in the G League. Pete Nance in 6 games this season, 21 points a game, 8 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 59% on 2-point attempts, and 40% on almost 6 threes a game. Overall, in his G League career, in 40 games, on 6 attempts a game, he's shooting 38%. Pete Nance can shoot the basketball. One really big thing about this is before, if you got Miles Turner out, or if you end up trading Bobby Portis or something like that, which at this point I really hope the Bucks don't do, your other option is Jericho Sims, a guy that's very limited offensively, a guy that if you can't play Giannis alongside, you cannot play them together. But with Pete Nance, a guy that can put the ball on the floor sometimes, attack a closeout, stretch the floor, make a good pass, you do have that lineup versatility. And now, you could have the option. I'm not saying this is what the Bucks should do, but a lot of the times the Bucks are running smaller lineups. Now if you really wanted to run a lineup of Miles Turner, Giannis, Pete Nance, AJ Green, and Ryan Rollins, you can do that. But also at the same time, you can run Giannis at the 5, Pete Nance at the 4. There is really great lineup versatility with Pete Nance. And now the next thing I want to look at is the advanced statistics, something I mentioned early in the episode. So in these past 2 games where Pete Nance has actually played real minutes, as you can see, there is only 2 players that have had a positive net rating. One is Bobby Portis, which is barely positive. It is 2, so we'll take it. But then you look at Pete Nance, and it's 15. The highest offensive rating, 3rd highest defensive rating. If we go over here to cleaning the glass, these are lineups that he's in. So lineups that he is involved in 93 possessions is in the 99th percentile in differential, 100th offensively, 84th defensively. And if we look at his on-off stats, we're not going to be able to get percentiles, but we can still look at some numbers. But as you can see, plus 20 offensive on-off stats and minus 7 defensively. And that's good. You would see minus and be like, oh, that's not good. But minus 7 as in the opposing team is scoring 7 less points per possession when he's on the floor. And then the very last one we're going to look at is just on-off net rating. Off of the floor in most of the minutes for the Bucks this season, -4.5. You look at the on numbers, it's 23. So there's the advanced statistics. There is the eye test. We're going to look at some G League film real quick, just kind of have it play. You can see the touch around the rim, and that's something, he has missed a few easy layups so far in his 2 games, but that's not something I'm worried about long term. He just needs a little more time as long as he keeps playing and Doc doesn't take him out of the lineup for some stupid reason. So as a basketball fan first, and then I am a Bucks fan at the end of the day. Don't think I'm delusional and think the Bucks are good. I just made 13-minute video of me yelling at the franchise as a whole. I still don't like Doc Rivers, but I do like the fact that he is changing things up right now. Gary Trent has not played barely over the last 2 games because he doesn't try very hard at all defensively. So he put Gary Harris in the game. I like that. Let me know your thoughts on Pete Nance. Let me know your thoughts on the Bucks. Let me know your thoughts on Giannis. He is so up and down with this trade stuff. We're taking it day by day. No, I would never want to get traded. Oh, I might want to get traded. Well, make up your mind, Giannis. That's how I feel at this point. Let's pick a direction. Are they tanking or are they not? Come on. I'm going to give y'all this quick verse of the day, and I'm going to give you a word with it. Matthew 7:7-8. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open for you. For everyone who asks receives, and he who seeks finds. And to him who knocks, the door will be opened. Some knowledge that I got recently, and something I want to give to you as well, is when it says knock and the door will be open for you, I want you to think the context of knocking on a door. Nobody walks up to a door and does this. Nobody does that. When you want someone to answer the door and you need an answer, you need something to change, you pound on the door. You knock and knock and knock and knock until someone comes to the door. Jesus Christ loves you. I love you as well. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, whatever time it is for you. Let me know how you're doing, how your day was. Let me know any videos you guys want to see next. I kind of want to keep doing stuff like this. I really enjoy it. And yeah, man, I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.